This video sponsored by Meeple Movers. No minimum order, no subscriptions. Free shipping on every item, every day. At meeplemovers.com.
Hello and welcome to Brent's Got Game. I'm Brent. Today I've got a game called Near and Far. Near and Far is a 2 to 4 player storytelling adventure game by Ryan Laukat and published by Red Raven Games. In this game, players can play a game in one of several modes. Campaign mode follows the narrative of characters searching for the last ruin as you journey through the 11 games. Or you can pick a character in a map and dive into the backstory of your character and have complete character quests. These two modes allow you to level up your character game after game with talents and keywords to make your gameplay unique. And finally, arcade mode allows you to jump in and play a single game when you just don't have enough time to explore the stories in Near and Far. So let's check it out, and I'll show you how to duel other players, how to get a pack bird, and how to go adventuring both near and far. To set up, place the board here, dusk side up, which it is right now. The other side is more of a day side, but we're going to use this one, and then you're going to decide whether you're going to be playing campaign mode, character mode, or arcade mode. So depending on which way you're going to play, you're going to choose a different map, but we're going to go through the first game. For your first game, you play on map 1, which is Logo Caverns, and you read the stories from map 1. So then you place 3 pack birds per player, so we're going to be playing a 3-player game, so we got 9 pack birds. And then shuffle all of the treasures and place them on the Mystic Hut. Take the bag of characters, shuffle them up, and draw out 5. And put them here, so they're double-sided. So one of them is for above and below, and the other side is for this game. So you can put them on like so. So on here we have a couple different kinds of symbols. So on here we have hearts, which gives you how many hearts. This is what faction they are, how many coins they cost, and then you have these other symbols. So swords give you +1 attack. These hands give you +1 hand. This movement arrow gives you 1 more movement when you move, and then this eye is searching, and then there's one more, it's a little more rare than the other ones, it's a shield, and it lets you pass through bandits, which I'll talk about later. Then take the 4 chiefs, 1 for each faction. You've got the blue, green, red, and yellow, and then place them here. Alright, then we're going to put the quest tokens out. So in a 3-player game, we're going to use 10. So you're going to put them on each letter. Some letters will not have a quest on them. So place them out randomly on the letters. There, and there. So put them out randomly, spread them out. Alright, then give each player a board. So we're going to put 1 here, 1 here, and then I'm going to have 1 up here. Alright, then we have this bag of stuff. So inside of our bag, we have a whole bunch of these little tents. I'm blue, so I've got little blue tents. So I have 14, well, more than 14. You have 20 of these tents. 14 we're going to use, and then 6 are extras. And then you also have this circle, which is going to be your health. So we're going to put that at 0, and then we're going to put these tents on these little tents, though mine are kind of hidden, but they're back there. Alright, then give each player a pet. So on one side it's dog, one side it's cat. There's no difference, they have the same amount of health and abilities. So you're going to take it, and then they can put it on any one of their things. It doesn't really matter right now because you can move the pet around, but later you can only have 1 of each faction in each slot. Alright, then you're going to get 1 little character guy for each player. We're going to give them to each player right now. They'll be out after that, and then get each person's little token and put it on the fire. This is going to be your reputation tracker, so you go down and up. Alright, so then we're going to put the currencies into play. So you've got coins, 1s and 5, and you have these gems. But why use those when you have these? So we've got our gems there, and then we have our coins. So you don't get any gems to start with, but you do start with 3 coins. It might be a little hard to see on camera, but there are silver ones and there are bronze ones. So we got bronzes are 1s and silvers are 5. This is the first player token. We're gonna move it over here. Alright, and now we have our food and faction tokens there. And then we're going to get the bandits, make sure they're in order from 4 to 5, 6, 7, and so on, and put them on the bandit spot. Alright, then take the world cards, set them aside. They might show up in one of your stories. And then you take the advanced artifacts and the basic artifacts. Then you're going to deal them out to each player. You get 2 advanced artifacts, and then you get 5 basic ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so then you're going to draft them. So set your advanced aside, and then so you're going to draft these first. So on here, you have a couple different things. You have how many points you get for making it, and then you have a picture, you have a description, and then you have what it costs to make it. So these all cost money, 2 monies, 4 monies, and then 2, also 2 gems, and you need -2 reputation or less. And then this one is Endless Elixir. It gives you a heart, but it also has a faction on it, so you need to spend that color faction token to build this guard. So we're going to grab these, and I'm going to take this Endless Elixir. It looks pretty awesome. And then we're going to pass them. You keep your advance, and you pick one after you draft. So you draft all of them, and then you pick which advance you want. So we're going to do that real quick. Alright, so we drafted all of these, and then we pick your advance. So these give you more points, more powerful things, but they cost more. So we're going to take the Firefly Staff. We keep that. You are now ready to begin. So depending on which way you play, you're going to be getting a kind of different experience through this. So the main story is you're just kind of going to discover the last ruin, which holds a special heart that you're looking for. For this, depending on which mode you play, different things. You're developing a character, you're exploring your character, building, gaining experience points and talents, keywords, and other things to help you through your quests. And then each map in this atlas is part of your journey. And then there's also just an arcade mode in case you get tired of the stories. Now the thing is that you have this giant storybook with a whole bunch of stories for each different character and for each different map. And some extras, I believe, also. So this is also here, but I mean, actually, I could probably put it right there. So that happens whenever you do a quest. And the main goal of each single game is to have the most journey points. Those are the numbers on the maps. So this game is pretty simple. You are going to either visit a place in the town, or you're going to go adventuring. So first, usually you're going to go to the town. So you can do a couple different actions at different places. I'll explain them as we go through. So first I'm going to go to the saloon. This is pretty important. This is the one exception to the rule that you can only have one person at each place, and I'll get to that when we go to another place. So the saloon, you can have more than one person there, and you can spend a food to get rid of all these and replace them. Now you might do that because you're recruiting these guys. So I'm going to spend 3 money to gain this guy. He costs 3, and he's a green faction, so I put him on the green one. He's only worth 1 health, but he has a sword, a hand, and a movement. So when I go adventuring, he'll give me health, but he has those others. So that's my turn. I went and did the action there. After you do that, you replace. And then it's this guy's turn. So we have the farm, the Mystic's Hut, the mine, general store, and the town hall. We're going to go to the mine. So we only have 1 hand, but that's okay because we can only access 1 place at first. So when you go to the mine, you have these numbers here, and you can only go there according to the hands that you have. So I have 1 hand, so I can go to the 1. You have to start at this one, but after that you can go to the others. So these are your tents. That's kind of the timer for the game. The game ends when 1 player runs out of all of the tents. So we're going to put that there. And, the mine is you build, and then you get everything on that row and that column. So this column's empty, but for that row, you get a coin. Also, once you take a tent off of your board and there's something on there, you also get that. So I got another coin. Alright, so now it's this person's turn and we're going to do the farm. So the farm is kind of like the mine in a sense that you're using hands. So you get 1 food per hand. So I only have 1 person, so I get 1 food. Alright, so then it'd be my turn again. In general storage, you get a coin, or you can draw 4 and pick up to 4, minimum 1. Here you use food to buy pack birds, and then here you can do all of these actions. One is trade using this 5-to-1 ratio or 1-to-5. You can discard a card, and then you can turn resources into reputation. Alright, so that's all the actions. So you're going to continue going around until you feel like you can go adventuring. I'll go there and get one. So now at this point, I'm going to take my character and I want to go to the general store. So once 2 people, when somebody goes to the same spot as another person, they then choose if they're going to fight honorably or dishonorably. Honorably means if you win, then you go up on the reputation track. And that's just it. If you choose to fight dishonorably, you go down on the reputation track if you win, but you get +1 to your roll. Now, if you lose, nothing happens, and you go there and have no turn, no action for your turn. So we have these dice, and I'm choosing to fight. Looking at my cards, I want to go down. So I'm going to fight dishonorably. So then each person rolls. This guy rolled a 3, and I rolled a 1 + 1 is 2. So at this point, you can use hearts to add, but I don't have any hearts right now. So I lost, so I don't do anything, and I stay there. If I had 1, then I stay there, and then I do my action. If another person goes there, they choose somebody to fight with. That's important because some people have swords. Alright, so now this guy has food, so we're going to go here and buy a pack bird. Pack birds are cool because I spent the food. Pack birds are cool because they can hold special treasures that give you extra actions, and you can move 1 farther on your turn. And if you fill up 3 pack birds with 5 things, with 3 things, you get 5 points at the end. Alright, so now we're going to go questing. So I have 3 hearts, so you go here, and then you gain that number of hearts, 3. And then you can move and then build. So I'm going to move here. Actually, let's see. 1, 2, bandits that way. Here we go. Let's go do a quest. So I'm going to move 1, and the first movement doesn't count as anything on your turn, but the second movement, if you leave a spot that's empty, meaning there isn't a camp there, then you have to go down on your heart tracker. So you start. So going over a space is 1, building a camp is 3, and you get 2 movements unless you have things, then you add 1 per arrow. And of course you can build encampments for 3, and then you gain stuff according to your eyes. So I go here. So now I read, the person to my left reads from the book. So in the book there's each map, so I go to map 1 and then find C. So map 1, A, B, C, and then I read the quest, and then it's a skill. So this one in particular is a skill. I'm not going to ruin the story for you guys, but like I'd say you can barter for something or help the man fix up his shop and organize the mess. So you just make a decision and then you roll, and then depending on whether you made it or not, you get different bonuses, or it changes your reputation. So that was my turn. I moved and did a quest. So doing a quest ends your turn. Now since I did the quest, this book is gone and nobody else can do a quest there. So this person is going to go to the saloon and hire somebody. I'm going to hire this guy. He's got 3 hearts. All hearts. And then we're going to go and do this. Get coins. Alright, and now we're going to go. Oh, it's my turn, sorry. So I come back and I'm going to go get food. Alright, so now we're going to go questing here. So you add up all your hearts, so now we have 5 hearts. And then, so some things you can do out adventuring is you can fight bandits, and you do that by rolling and adding your swords. The first bandit is only 4, strength of 4, the next one's 5, and 6, and 7, and after a while it starts getting harder to explore the map because of the bandits. Another thing you can do is you can build encampments. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move over here. We're going to move 1, 2, I have to go down 1, then I'm going to build a camp here. So you build a camp, you take your camp and put it there, you go down 3 hearts, you're very tired after building your camp, and then you gain stuff here. So I have 2 eyes, so that means that I get 2 of the resource there. I get 2 of these gems. And I also get a coin. Now, also, at any time, you can turn over one of your artifacts. So this one, I want to go down in reputation, so I can't do that one yet. I need to go up for that one. Now, this one, all of these kind of need a reputation or faction tokens, but this one isn't that hard. I just need a coin, 2 gems, 2 food, and then I need the blue faction token. So I can trade for that, or I can get it at a quest. So at any time, if you qualify for one of those, you can pay the stuff and then flip it over and gain the bonuses for it. So then you continue moving around on this board and on that board, going through the book, flipping over your artifacts, gaining bonuses from that, getting treasures, and playing down your camps until one player runs out of all of their camps. Then you're going to add up your points. So adding up your points is composed of your artifacts. So that's 7 plus all the ones that you played, and the ones in your hand are -1 each. You get 5 points for having 3 pack birds and 3 treasures, which you can get from the Mystic's Hut or quests. And then you get 2 points for playing all of your encampments. And you get 1 point for every camp that you played. You get 1 point for every 2 gems and 2 coins. And then you get points for bandits. So the first ones with 1, and then the next couple were 2, and then after a while there were 3. And then something else that you can do is you can build encampments on these special places. On that shard, on the pepper, the cog, and the lettuce, or the herb. You can build camps on those, and what it does is that if you have one and another player has one, you guys each get 3 points. But if you have both of them, you get 9. Those are called trade routes. So during the game, you're going to be going up your reputation to complete your cards, but also, the higher reputation you are, you get 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 points. So you'd go up in points for those also. On the other side of the map, you get negative points for going down. It's for more challenging games. So then you add up all your points, and then that player wins, and then you move on to the next map, play the next game, or you try a different mode. Something else is these chiefs. You get them by having 4 of that one faction. If you buy a faction that you already have, then you choose one, keep the other one off in a reserve. You can use them later. If you have 4 total, then you can get one of the chiefs, and they're worth 5 points. So if you're playing character mode or campaign mode, you can write down all of the talents and attributes and other things on this. So you've got quests and experience points, sub-quests at the bottom, and you've got character. So on these really cool cards, keywords, talents, and maps. And you can write down your scores there, and then you add up and get your final score at the bottom. So these cards are really cool. And so that's the basics and how to play Near and Far. Okay, I've got my dad here for a parent's opinion. So Dad, what do you think of Near and Far?
Near and Far is so much fun. It reminds me of those choose your own adventure games that you read as a kid. So the storybook is really cool, and it lets you, follow the story, which we haven't gotten all the way through. Or you can follow your character, which I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah, that was fun.
Doing my character quests, which was kind of cool. So I had a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of replayability.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. So we played a couple character games, and we played campaign games, and then we played some arcade too. And then, of course, just the first game, and then I think we did play around like the first game, but on a different map. So it was really fun. So the components are really nice. You've got all the cardboard pieces in the original game. We also have the cool gems and coins.
Yeah, so we have the Kickstarter edition, so that's what you showed off in the previous segment there. So yeah, it was kind of decked out and souped up with a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. The board is really nice, and then you have the atlas, and then the storybook, and then you also had the rules.
Yeah, the game weighs like 50 pounds.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's just heavy. In the first segment, me lifting it up with one hand, it was hard.
Pick it up at a convention or get free shipping.
So artwork. I think Ryan did it himself, and it looks awesome.
Yeah, so this is one of the signature things of Red Raven Games. So Ryan Laukat does the artwork, and it's in the same world as Above and Below, and they kind of play on words there with the titles.
Above, below, near, far.
Yep. And so, yeah, a lot of the characters and the different, I guess, they're, factions are similar because it's all within the same world.
Something else I left in the components are the dice. And then the cool thing about the characters is also in the last segment I showed on the other side, you can also use them for above and below.
Oh, yeah, the little companion guys in your party. Yeah. And it even comes with a pencil.
A pencil, yes. So you don't have to go hunting through your drawer.
All great games should come with a pencil.
And a score pad.
Yes, and extra sheets.
Extra sheets. And another cool thing was it came with all the different character cards, where you could write down what maps you played, what scores you got on them, your talents, the keywords, all the quests, and then a bunch of them had the character on it, and then others were blank.
Yeah, so this doesn't have like a legacy title to it typically, because it's more of a story mode, but like a storytelling.
Yeah.
But you can create your character, and that builds over time. Like you can have, a lockpicking talent or whatever, and so next time you might go run into somebody, and hey, if you have lockpicking skill, then you get less requirement on your skill check or something like that. So that's kind of cool. You can kind of make your guy a little bit unique.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool also. So strategy. This is a strategic game. It's a strategy game. You're kind of moving around, dueling people, and just getting your actions in, trying to score points.
Yeah, so I mean, the more I played, the more I felt like it doesn't really matter who wins, right? Like I'm enjoying myself, finding out the quests that my character can do, or trying to go get more experience so I can level my guy up. And yeah, sure, it feels good to win, but at the end of the day, I don't know, maybe I'll have to go double check. I mean, do you get anything for winning besides bragging rights?
I mean, in the story and campaign mode, whenever you go through, you're getting your points, and then like you add them all together to have like a final score. But I mean, why do you play games?
To win.
These are for kids. We played it with Lincoln. He needed a little help with his artifact cards, but
yeah, the drafting part is a little bit confusing. There's a little bit of reading on there too. Oh, and I guess the storybook, but we just passed that between you and me.
Yeah, I don't think he ever read from it. And there were a couple like special rules you had to follow when you were reading them.
Yeah, and the rules are fairly simple. I did say, or I did make a comment to you. I read the rules in the book, and there's a lot of reading, and it took me I had to reread it several times, and it was like kind of a bear to get through.
Yeah, but after you play it once, you've got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. It's just a lot to swallow all at once. Especially this was, we did play Above and Below once, but this is kind of the second real Red Raven storytelling game. We didn't play Islebound or there was another one that came out, and so I did feel like it was kind of hard, like the learning curve. But like you said, the rules are easy enough.
Just the first time. After you play it once, you go through and you use all the rules in the game. The only thing that I would say, after you read the rulebook once, you know how to play. The only thing is, when switching play modes, you need to remind yourself on the special rules.
Yeah, that's true. But this is definitely one that you could have somebody show you how to play, and you pick it up like that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. So overall, I had a lot of fun playing this game. We played it a bunch, and
I can't wait to go
again.
beat you and find the last ruin before your guy does.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of success in the couple first games. The only one I've won is this past game, and I destroyed you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was having fun with the quests. I was getting my story while you were building camps.
Yeah.
Trade routes and whatnot.
Yeah. All right. So, Near and Far by Red Raven. So thank you for watching. Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page. Send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game. Visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian, and this is my dad, and I'll see you next time.